What is it? Is it moonshine?
That would be a lot of fucking moonshine.
Yeah, it would be. I was gonna say. What is it?
It's a little drink I learned how to make in Iron Smoke.
From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for sacrificing in the pits. Oh, my God. I hear you over there laughing. That's right.
Love me now because you're going to hate me later.
Follow us on YouTube at Billified and Billified_pod on Instagram, Facebook. It's Billified, Bill Moran Radio. It's all there. Matt from BTB is here. Matt has already suffered this feeling, or has had this feeling, I guess I should say.
Suffering for 2 Mondays in a row, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one
I
wasn't
got
fun.
friends, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one doesn't hurt as much as the other one for me.
What do you
but
mean? You
for
were
you.
more pissed off than anybody.
I was
in the-
pissed off about McDermott and that fake punt. That was
What
just,
was
that
he doing?
ridiculous.
Why? Why?
Dumbest thing I've ever
Ridiculous.
seen.
Oh, my
His
God.
quote
You know
was,
what it is?
We wanted to get the element of surprise.
No.
Well, isn't that every fake
To
fucking
me,
punt?
that was overcompensation. That was trying to show I'm willing to risk it all. Yeah. I'm willing to go. But it was like, for what? You're on the 37. There was nowhere to go.
And it's DeMar Hamlin.
You weren't going to get
doing
points. Yeah, well, DeMar Hamlin was.
It's time to get rid of that guy.
You
too.
could have flipped the field there. You know, you punt the ball, you get him down there. I mean, luckily they got the turnover.
Well,
so
they got a
go down.
turnover at the end,
Right.
which, you know, I did see an argument on your favorite channel, Mark, ESPN, over whether or not that should be a rule that it goes out. And, you know, I think it was Ryan Clark who goes, yes, it should be the rule because that is the holy grail. If the tip of the ball gets over, it's a point. If you fumble it out the end, yes, the ball should go to the other team because if they fumble it anywhere else in the field and it goes out of bounds, it remains in the possession of the offensive team, right? So
That's how Dallas lost to Miami. It's Des Bryant.
He
CD
didn't
Lamb.
catch it.
Well,
Yeah.
CD Lamb just fumbled going in the end zone, and they went out, and they got a touchback, got the ball.
Yeah.
They lost.
Yeah. I mean, and I kind of like it as a rule because that is sort of the holy grail, right? If we're going to give it all this stuff that it just needs to be the tip of the ball over there.
I still think that's ridiculous,
guys,
too. I think you need to get your ass in that end zone.
I don't disagree
Well, you'll see
with
guys
you.
on kickoffs a lot of times, too. If the ball's near the sideline,
Yeah.
they'll lay down on the ground, make sure their feet are out of bounds, and then touch the ball.
Yes.
Because then it counts as it's out of bounds, and
Right.
you get it to 40.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. But I didn't realize, I thought it was all urban legend about the pit. And
I thought it was.
I asked Greg.
Well, and Greg got pissed when you asked, or sounded annoyed. He's like, "That's all bullshit." Remember? Well, I have
saw
no
a video yesterday of a guy sacrificing himself.
Okay, all right, there you go. And
I've been seeing this thing about the pit. What the hell is the pit?
It's
so,
where the new stadium
do you
is.
remember the guy who got very,
Oh, yeah,
got
he
very
fell in there,
drunk
right?
and he fell into a porta potty or dumped himself in the porta potty? He was covered in human feces. He ran across the street, and jumped in the pit.
Yeah.
Then they needed to get. I think they had to hook and ladder guys come and get him. I think they needed a rescue team to pull him out. Then we've been hearing more and more stuff on social media, but it didn't gain a lot of traction, at least in regular news, I guess we'll say, because they weren't really paying much attention to this. But there was a doctor who was saying, we got to stop. More and more people are showing up. This is WIVB Channel 4 out of Buffalo.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marley Tuskus. Bad news for Bills fans who believe in the power of the pit. The Erie County Sheriff's Office has announced there will be added security surrounding the new stadium construction site at tomorrow's divisional playoff game against the Chiefs. A spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office says fans seen in the construction area will be charged with criminal trespass. So far this season, they say 10 people have been charged for being inside the construction zone at 6 different games, including most recently at Monday's wild card game against Pittsburgh. In a statement, Sheriff John Garcia says, quote, "We all want to see a Bills win on Sunday. Let's keep the focus on the field and out of the parking lots."
I want to ask Greg Connors about it. Let's see if he flips.
Well, I don't know. He just got defensive saying, I don't know, it's not true.
Think it was happening.
He didn't think it was happening. We know the one guy. Now they're saying 10.
But they're not saying people are jumping in or anything. They're just saying they're going.
No, there was a video
fence.
yesterday of a guy jumping. My buddy would not come over and start drinking until he saw a video of somebody jumping in the pit.
Oh, my God.
As soon as he said it to me, because I'm on my way over.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
It's fucking stupid.
you wonder why people don't like Bills fans. You know, I understand Cowboys fans are annoying, but who the hell is stupid enough to jump into a construction
I don't get
site?
how
The same
Cowboys
person-
fans are annoying.
Bills fan.
But the
same
Bills
person
fan
that-
jumping into the pit to me is funny. It's like it's an idiot.
But they jump
You're
on
an
the
idiot.
tables that are on fire. I mean, why
Yes.
is this a surprise to anybody?
Well, it's not. It shouldn't be
No.
a surprise. Is this the video of the
That's
guy?
the video.
All right, let's see. Yep, there's the guy. He's on top of a snowbank, and he's in there, and he's got. Oh, and he just looks like he disappears off the snowbank. Okay, so he could have hopped off it, not into the pit. But either way, it looks legit. It looks like there's something there. Who
It's
knows?
not very deep there because you can still see his head.
Oh, when he jumped, you see his head?
Maybe he's trying to get in and get out before the
You can
extra
see him
security
walking.
that's going to be there
Yeah, you can see him walking.
gets to him.
Well, look, I think they won the game after the guy who dunked himself in the porta potty and was on LSD or whatever else he was on, and then ran across the street and jumped in. I think then after that, people went, "Oh, this is a good idea." So it became sort of a silly bit, and now
Why they skipped the porta potty?
I
Come on, if you're going to do it right.
I don't know how that guy, he had to get some kind of
that'd be
hepatitis
horrible.
shot or something. I got to think.
Might have
There's
been a
all kinds
Canadian.
of shit.
That'd be
What?
terrible.
Oh, was he Canadian?
I don't know. I'm thinking he must have been.
Oh, he
Yeah,
might
I
have
have
been
to agree
Canadian.
with that.
They talked to fans leaving the game yesterday, and former Buffalo Bills guard Reuben Brown, first round pick in 1995, who then went on to play for Chicago. I think he did 13 seasons, right?
He had a good
Total.
career.
Yeah, he had a pretty good career. Here, he's the first one. He sounds a little drunk.
Upset. I'm a former guy, and I'm upset because we were excited about the team and the potential and what they have. And, you know, it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking.
All right. Reuben Brown was a party fucking animal when he was
Sounds
at
like
the
he
Bills.
still is.
He might have been in that suite with Jason Kelsey because he was a little hammered.
Reuben
Tailgate
Brown
yesterday.
when they used to give him I won't say what company, but they gave him an RV and he would stay. I don't know. They gave him an RV and he would have it at training camp. And they would say that when they would go get the RV, there would be all these like condoms, used condoms everywhere. It was a fucking mess. Reuben got voted to the Pro Bowl every year because he threw a huge party in Hawaii. Like everybody loved, so they would always vote Reuben,
Right.
Because he would
Free
pay,
party, right?
he would have the party. That was the story that I kept hearing about all the time. And he rode his motorcycle around.
Well,
and
he was on Weezy.
he was a big,
He was a
yep.
Weezy
And
guy.
that's how we heard all these stories
Yeah.
about Reuben and all the stuff. So there's Reuben. Then there's some other fans.
Feel like Kansas City didn't win that game. The Bills let them have it.
I agree.
I mean, just another burnt year, another year down the tubes, another year woulda, coulda, shouldas, and here we are again having questions about why not.
Super sad, like heartbroken. I came to this game.
These two we need to
hoping that we were
sacrifice
gonna
in the pit.
Pull it off,
Yeah.
and
Felt like we were going to pull it off,
yeah.
and we didn't.
And we didn't. Oh, well.
It's crap. The Chiefs won the game. You can't say the Bills let them win. The Chiefs
I'm
won
not
the
saying
goddamn game.
I'm not saying that the Bills. I think the Bills beat themselves. I don't think the Chiefs won it. I think that had he kicked, here's what would have been a more satisfying ending to me. Bass gets it into overtime.
It wouldn't have been overtime.
Wouldn't have gone
There was a
overtime.
minute 49
Oh, there's a
left.
minute 49.
Yeah,
All right,
Kansas
okay.
City was
More than
going to
13
win.
seconds.
Yeah, that is a lot more than 13 seconds. I'm in my head because it was a kneel down after kneel down right after you missed.
yeah.
But I think then if they march down the field and score, then you go, then it feels like they won. I feel like in this one, there was such. I mean, where did Stephon Diggs go?
He is.
Where did he go?
He's useless.
That was a great catch.
Send him to Dallas with his brother.
You don't want him.
He's useless.
We got enough divas.
I mean,
He's
it was
useless.
like, where did he go? He had 23 yards, targeted a couple of times, but for a total of 23 yards.
If I was Allen, I'd be standing there yelling at him like he did to him.
And that was a beautiful throw.
If you look, there was a meme today that showed the last 10 games of him and Shakur, and they have the same amount of receiving yards, but he has 80 targets against 37 for the other guy.
Yeah.
And he's averaged 41 yards in the last 10 games
Right.
per game. That's terrible.
And they even tried to get him in with a running play.
Yeah.
They got him involved in the game.
I mean, he dropped that pass.
That pass.
He doesn't drop that stuff.
No.
I feel like McDermott's lucky that Bass missed that, because if Kansas City marches down the field again on them in the last minutes of a game,
right,
he's
Can't
out of a
blame
job.
Leslie Frazier now.
Today or tomorrow.
He should be out of. He should be out of a job now.
All right, but see, now I'm not so sure about that.
Why?
And here's why. He did a hell of a coaching job on that defensive side. They are banged up and down to nobody, and he really did. I mean, through the last 6 games, you got to admit, I mean, this thing has been held together by fucking duct tape.
Next man
and
up.
Spit.
You got to play next man up.
I understand
agree,
next
but
man up, but
you
I
look
mean,
at New England. How
we
many
had
no-name guys did they have on their defense, and they were always in the top 5?
Third divisional playoff. They lost.
Hey, look, in this one, to me, I feel like you'll never get past Kansas City. You wanted them at home. You got them at home. You got them at home. You were right there. You were in it the entire game.
It's Marty Schottenheimer all over again. They're turning Allen is turning into Phillip Rivers, and Allen isn't Phillip, and Allen is not Phillip Rivers.
I hope that's.
He's like 7 kids behind if he is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, depends on which bartender you talk to.
Yeah. I feel like he's. I don't feel like.
I think that if he had an offense, and I said this before, and everybody kind of was like, if he had an offensive coach like Andy Reid, it would be better. I mean, he took that team and
well, the problem is he becomes like a Brahma bull when he puts it right on his back. I mean, there's nothing else. That guy did it all yesterday.
And I know
he did everything he possibly could.
the last 6 games.
He really did.
Second,
But to your point, because you look at it the other way, look on the other side, right? Josh had how many attempts yesterday? 39, 23 or 39, somewhere in that range. I'm not getting it exact. I think if you looked at Mahomes, what was he? 23 for 17 for 2017 and 19, something. But it wasn't. Basically, what it is, it wasn't all on him. Wasn't all. There were other guys.
Right.
Kelsey. I mean, there were just other guys that were doing things.
it's what
that
Kevin's,
throw
it's what
to
Kevin's
Shakir
saying.
in the end zone. Holy shit. That was amazing.
Right.
Across your body, you put that ball where only he can get it. That was amazing.
And that's my whole point. He's 27 years old. He is being wasted because of McDermott. McDermott needs to go.
All right. Well, let me ask. So I have watched The Last Dance, the Chicago Bulls thing.
Oh yeah,
probably about 5 times. Every once in a while, I'll just watch it. And Doug Collins was the first coach with Michael Jordan, and he ran everything through Michael, and they didn't get anywhere. And then they brought in Phil Jackson, and granted, they did get some other players, but it was something about the coach taking it all, basically using other guys in the team, and it was a different coach, and that seemed to get him over the edge. And I don't know. I mean,
you mean to tell me if Jim Harbaugh was to come to Buffalo, Allen's
I have
totally
no idea.
turning. It would be. McDermott's a defensive guy. He doesn't know. He doesn't have a relationship with Allen. He hasn't.
But I feel like this Brady kid's done well.
He's done well. I'm not taking
he
anything from him.
interviewed for the head coaching position in Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't see
Yeah,
where.
I don't think he's going to get
I
it.
don't see where
I think
changing your head coach is
everybody's
going to help
interviewed for
Josh
that job
Allen.
at this point. I got a call
I
last
do.
week. I was busy.
I mean,
They need to give him another receiver.
You're looking at
do.
no. What I'm trying to say is Andy Reid. He is an offensive. He's always been offensive. When you have a quarterback like Mahomes, like Allen, you have a defensive coach, you kind of lose a little bit.
Maybe.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, I
mean,
Then you could be the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, let me ask you, because I was going to say McCarthy.
Coach, you have to have a very good offensive mind working with you.
And so McCarthy's an offensive guy, and we were great on defense for the first few weeks this year, but then it went in the hole. And you saw it in the playoffs how bad they were.
Did you want McCarthy out?
I did.
You did.
I did.
Who would you rather
I
see?
want somebody like Harbaugh, but it's never going to happen with Jerry. That's the problem.
You think it's a Jerry thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly he reached out to Belichick, and Belichick turned him down. So
really,
that's the rumor.
Rumors he turned down him and the Eagles.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I was wondering if he was going to end up with the Eagles. I really, for some reason,
I'm surprised that didn't happen.
I am too.
There's a lot of talent there. I don't think
Why
he's
do
really
you think
big
he would
fan of
turn
Hurts.
them down? That is the I haven't read that.
Yeah.
I would think Atlanta just doesn't have a quarterback unless they think they're going to get one, but they don't even have the number 1 overall pick.
Nope. I think he might sit out of here.
Really?
Or the other thing I've heard rumblings of is that with McCarthy being on a 1 year essentially with no extension, you bring Bill in as a senior advisor.
I think
and when
Parcells
McCarthy
would
has
probably
that
tell him it's a
shitty
bad
game,
idea.
or that's 2 shitty games in a row and they fire him, here you go, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, Parcells turned that franchise around, and don't forget, Belichick's a Parcells guy. I think Parcells would probably tell him, "You don't want to work for Jerry." He's a meddler. He's gonna take all the credit. He's gonna pick your players. You know, Parcells was the guy that said, "Hey, if I'm gonna do the cooking, I need to do the shopping."
God dang.
And he did have some control over the team there.
Yeah.
And then Jerry went and signed Terrell Owens, and that was the end of Bill Parcells. So I feel like Belichick he won't go to there. But they did say today they'd like to see Belichick go to Buffalo.
I heard that a few times.
Today,
yeah.
and I thought, holy shit, what a way to stick it to New England.
Holy shit!
I mean, Parcells did it.
But then
He's a
again,
Giants
you're
guy.
doing the same thing. You
Yep,
put an
he
offensive
did.
coach in with no offense at all. I mean, he's always had good offensive minds with him.
Yes, but I mean, I think. Well, look, Joe Brady.
Not recently.
I thought
I like Brady.
I do too. I thought he's done a hell of a job. I think.
He's lucky he has Allen as his quarterback.
Yes.
But also, I think Allen's lucky to have him. You saw what happened at the beginning of the year.
It was almost a 180.
It's a nice match.
It seemed to work.
Wherever Bill goes, Josh McDaniels will be right behind him.
Here is some fans leaving bars. Just listen to this news report. This is from Channel 2 in Buffalo.
Yeah, Adam, I could say this is this is an upsetting night for a lot of Bills fans. A lot of the fans walked out of these bars here uttering words that I cannot say on air, but what I
Is
can't...
this the reporter?
Yes.
Oh,
what did you think?
I thought they were interviewing a guy.
I thought it was an interview.
No,
I thought he was
that's
drunk.
the reporter.
Sounds like one of the drunk guys.
All right, so he's going. They're uttering words I can't say on TV.
Can say to you is that this has been a nail-biting game from start to finish, and it's safe to say that how all of us are feeling. Bills fans are not happy at all. Now, so instead of braving the cold at the stadium, some fans decided to watch the game from nearby bars. Chippewa always hosts parties for Bills games, and fans were on the edge of their seats at the start of the game and stayed there until the last 90 seconds with that missed field goal. Fans started very hopeful and optimistic that Bills would come out on top this year, but now the Buffalo Bills missed out on the AFC Championship against Baltimore. But here's what a few fans had to say. So Anthony, how you feel about the Bills game?
Tragic, just tragic. The Bills can't get it done. The Chiefs just, I guess, own the Bills at this point, but tragic. I don't know how you missed that field goal.
I'll say that again.
Buffalo's curse is Patrick Mahomes.
We were in a concert.
Yes.
And like biting our nails during the whole thing.
How you feel about this whole season went?
Up and down. I mean, I was just saying, I think my heart was, I needed to step up.
She needed to get
ECMC
chest
real
pains.
quick.
She's got her Karma Taylor Swift sweatshirt on.
Now it means nothing.
She had a Karma Taylor Swift with a Josh Allen, like in the center. It says Karma with that. And now it's like that didn't age well, right?
The bar I was at, you could sense. I think the Bills fans knew something was going to happen because everybody started paying their bills with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah. And as soon as that kick missed, it was like a fucking train out the door. I had to wait like extra 15 minutes just to get out.
It was like the air went out of the place yesterday.
I left. Yeah. I got the fuck out of there.
Everybody just bolted.
Yeah.
There's a few that stuck there and, drank their sorrows away.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel bad for Bills fans. First, you dealt with Brady for all those years, and now you got to deal with Mahomes.
Yeah. It's like you can't.
6 years in the league, six conference championship games.
It's unbelievable.
Incredible.
It sucks, though. We never had a quarterback during the Brady years.
That's true.
We have this quarterback.
Yes.
And no one knows what the fuck to do with him.
Well,
you got to take some blame on the defense too.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I know they're decimated, but you guys told
Allen.
Miami fans they weren't allowed to use the injury excuse, but you guys are using it a lot today.
Oh, I haven't said a word.
Miami was missing a lot more guys than you were. But again, the defense, I don't think.
Well,
the
by the
offense
way,
was the problem yesterday.
Kansas City lost some starters during the game yesterday.
Right.
This was your chance. This was the chance. To me, they had the weaker out of all the years that he's gone to the playoffs. Right?
He doesn't even have a number one receiver.
No,
that's how good this guy is.
Yes, and
That's
the
how
running
Tom
and what's his
Brady
name?
was.
That running back is
incredible.
Is a monster.
Checo?
Pacheco, right?
However you say it. 7th round pick he
Pacheco?
was.
Is that what it was? Pacheco? Yeah. Because I was going to put him down for an anytime scorer in my bets, and I go, I'm not even doing it. And then I should have. I guess I should have.
It's the way you make yourself feel better, right?
Yeah, it was. I wanted to feel better.
Is Josh averaged 4.8 yards a pass yesterday, a completion?
Yeah.
That doesn't get it done.
No, it doesn't.
Again,
no, they had no plays over 20 yards.
They didn't, and I don't know.
And he threw a beautiful bomb, normally where he connects with Stephon.
That's where I question fucking McDermott.
Why?
It's like you all of a sudden change the game plan. All of a sudden, you're like going back 5 years ago, and you're just throwing 5 yard, 5 yard, 10 yard.
The guys are dropping passes.
No, there were guys dropping passes.
I mean, look at the Cooks touchdown.
Yes.
That was an easy touchdown. Would have been, what, 12, 13 yards?
Yeah. And then the one where he got, what's his name, in his face.
He got smacked, yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't put
I just feel bad. I just feel bad for Allen because, the 13-second game, what more was he supposed to do? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't play defense.
Why yesterday did he not hit the guy underneath over the middle instead of trying to the right? Because they could have gotten easy first down and kept going there.
I know.
And they could have killed the clock.
Yep.
And been about a 20-yard field goal.
I think it was Diggs over the middle,
I think it was Diggs, yeah.
Maybe he didn't
and
have
I
confidence.
think that's what a lot of people wonder, is he lost confidence.
You could have ran that clock right down because they only had 2 timeouts left.
Right.
You could have tried to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
A lot of things could have happened differently.
I don't know.
I think the loss is on you for being selfish, wanting to stay home all by yourself. And
I
watch.
did. Matt, why did I just feel like I was so glad I wasn't out when it all went down?
Yeah,
but which sounds terrible, right? You're a bar owner. I shouldn't be saying I wanted to be home for this one. That's not right. But
sometimes I want to be home. I can't.
But it was just in that moment. I'm like, I go, and I did. And there were times I needed to distract myself a little bit, so I did some laundry.
Right.
I was
rub
like,
one out.
No, I did not rub anything. But I was like, all right, well, we'll take a moment. Anybody want to hear what Greg Connors has to say?
Absolutely.
He's got plenty to say.
Who doesn't want to hear this?
He's got plenty to say, and I want to know.
As a former player,
I want to know. I want to know about the. I want to know about what Dallas's next plans are too, because this is
we're screwed.
You think so? Because I'm afraid Buffalo is with the cap.
We're 20 million over. You guys are 44.
49? I thought it was 44.
We're 20 over. I mean,
counting 5
we're going to
million.
extend Dak, which is going to be a terrible thing in the years to come. But he's another one. It's probably not all his fault, but he takes all the blame on that team.
Quarterback is blamed for everything.
Yeah.
Quarterback is blamed for everything.
Yeah. Well,
it's even worse for that
the
man.
leader. Yes, it is.
You guys, I see everybody defending Josh today.
Yes.
I was the first one to bash Dak after last week. So,
all right. Meanwhile, BTB coming up on the last week of January, the 3-alarm burger. God, that sounds so good. Cajun spice, right? Pepper jack cheese, and then you've got onion ring on there. And I think there's one other
hot honey sauce.
No, Nashville sauce.
Nashville
sauce, which is really hot.
That'll be next week for you.
That is some good. That is really good.
That'll be your meal next week.
You need to clean out your sinuses. That's the one.
Let's just see what's in the box.
All right,
what is in the box? He told me
he told
what?
you.
Yeah, what is it?
The Fiestada pizza.
Yeah.
Ah, what's on there?
It's like
is it like a Mexican pizza?
Yeah, it's got taco meat, taco sauce,
grade school
cheese. Yeah, believe it or not, they used to. I don't know if they were big where you were, but they used to have the frozen ones in school here, and everybody loved them. I guess school lunches aren't that great to begin with.
Not.
But
that garbage plate pizza last night was awesome.
You had a garbage plate pizza last night?
Isn't that the one you guys?
No, that's that one.
It's that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How good?
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah. So, and then I would assume tell me this, just out of curiosity. I know February specials are already done. Or March is being worked on already?
I'm sure she is. Yeah. She just gave me February's the other day.
It's unreal.
She hides them from me until
it's unreal.
until
what you guys come up with, honest to God, it is a culinary extravaganza over there. It really is, because it's called BTB Wood Fired Pizza and Grill, but it's so much more than the wood fired pizza. The stuff it's very impressive.
So we'll see next month.
By the way,
chicken French pizza.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's an interesting
Their chicken
thing.
French is excellent.
Yeah. But just the shareable, the chips 3-way.
It's in the bag.
I didn't share.
It's in the bag.
I just did the ranch chips. I should have done the 3-way.
No, either way, the chips.
Oh, you
great.
had them last week, right?
Yes, I did. I devoured the entire thing.
I tried to get one, almost lost a finger.
All right, we will we'll take a moment and check in with Greg Connors. We get to see if he's still alive
on the bridge.
We'll do that next. But first.
He's got to want